make it move, Javante Davis. Living young, got room for patience. This a dope podcast, it ain't drugs when we moving bases. Houston, we got a problem, taking off like the Rockets. This a 3-man weave, coming at you with topics. Mix the Henny with logic, baby, showtime's back. You slow, catch up, you run a 4-9 flat. It's imperative, transitioning from changing the narrative. You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man weave. Come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.
Alright,
things you can't believe.
Let's get it. It's your boys from the 3-Man Weave, the brand new podcast, exclusive, highly anticipated. We're bringing it to y'all. So, shout out for everybody who's been looking for it. The wait is over. It's finally here. We here. You know, it's your boy Cannon. Everybody know me as either B or Cannon.
It's your boy Donald Hill, aka D Hill. Keep it simple. Hill gon' heal, baby.
It's AJ, El Presidente.
Okay.
El Presidente, top brass. So look, everybody want to know, what's the podcast about? What's the podcast about? Well, the wait is over. It's finally here. So we're going to tell you exactly what the podcast is about. It's about transitioning to change the narrative. I'm going to say that again, man.
One more time.
It's all about transitioning to change the narrative. Just think about that for a second, because when you go to your news outlets, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's popular news, you get the same story 9 out of 10 times. We're going to try to give you that story or that perspective that you get when you talk to your family members, when you talk to your friends, when you talk to your co-workers. So, without further ado, before we kick it off and get started with transitioning to changing the narrative, we're going to celebrate first, because me and my brothers, you know, we've been at home, we've been thinking about doing this, and a lot of times when people, you know, talk about doing something, it never ever comes to fruition.
Never.
But guess what? We put the work in. We've been doing the research. We got everything where it needs to be. So let's toast to that.
Okay. We got the shots up.
Let's get ignorant.
Let's get it.
Let's get it to
Welcome
success and new beginners.
Woo! Yeah, y'all hear it.
Yeah, we got here. I told you it's a celebration.
Y'all hear it.
Let's go.
So look, I'm gonna get a disclaimer. If you're gonna drink, please drink responsibly. But other than that, turn up out there. You heard me? It's Saturday. It's September the 15th. And it's the official launch of the 3-Man Weave podcast.
Episode 1. Uno.
So, who first up to change the narrative?
Hey, look, what we waiting, though? What we waiting? It's fight night, baby.
Let's go.
It's fight night, baby. It's the rematch. Triple G, Canelo. Who y'all got? Go ahead. Who y'all got off rip?
Off rip, you know what? I wasn't even interested in this fight. But
Promotion was awful.
But I did see an interview about 3-4 days ago with my boy Saul Alvarez Canelo. You know, he talked about how him and Triple G, they were real friends, you know.
Absolutely.
But since the you know, the stuff came out with the clenbuterol and all of that, and the negative test, he felt offended because his friend is out here questioning his integrity as a person, as a man. You know, and Canelo stated that, you know, he's a father. He's a husband. In no way, shape, or form has he ever cheated in boxing, and does he want to be accused of cheating, especially from his friend. So he's taking it personal. So I got to go with my pick, Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's what I'm picking.
Okay.
First off, Triple G, if y'all was friends, it's Triple G's fault. Friends don't let other friends eat bad beef. Come on, man. Pause.
That's definitely a pause moment right there.
But nah, on some real though, man. Listen, I think Canelo has the upper hand just off of the simple fact that it's a rematch. If there was gonna be a time for Triple G to win the fight, it was definitely gonna be the first fight because
What you won?
yeah,
No. It was a draw.
Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm not gonna mention that lady's name,
Please.
but her scorecard was ridiculous. There's
Keep
no
it?
way. But I'm saying, no, come on now. We know boxing. There's no way that it should have been that much of a disparity between the rounds given.
At all.
I
But-
get that.
Like I'm saying, since it's the rematch, I gotta go with Canelo. Just because
Ooh.
Canelo, he's a boxer.
Mhm.
He's a boxer puncher, so he has power.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Triple G has that chin. But
Mm-hmm.
when you give a boxer more tape, more film, more time to really prepare, I think he has that upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because Canelo also proved he could take Triple G shots.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people
Can.
have been able to do that. And I think
That's true.
the one thing that a lot of people are mentioning, we talk about this close fight between Canelo and Triple G, the first one. Not a lot of people bring up that Danny Jacobs Triple G fight.
All right.
Like, I feel like a lot of people got that blueprint. If Triple G can't put you down, he's vulnerable. So that's why I got to go Canelo. I think he withstood Triple G's best shot. He's a good counter puncher. I think he's gonna take it.
I'm the casual boxing fan out of the group. You know what I'm saying? I speak for the casual fans out there. My first initial feeling about this fight, I thought it was gonna be a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I thought they had it set up for a 3-fight deal, and they completely ruined it the first time. Off with the Golden Boy promotion. I'm sick of Oscar De La Hoya. Off the rip. I'm done with him.
Done
He
with
dead to me. My first, like I said, the initial first fight, I had Triple G winning. I was going for Triple G, so I was biased,
You had your
but I
money
did
on
have him. I did have him winning.
Save $50.
So I definitely saved. I ain't win, but I definitely didn't lose. I'm
Me
good
too.
on that. I'm good on that. Just shake my head.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was a good moment right there. So I was banking on, okay, Triple G's gonna win. He's the older fighter. He's gonna go out there and win. Canelo's gonna win the second one, and then they're gonna have a third one, and Canelo's gonna win. That was my initial reaction. Since they gave us a draw the first time, and Triple G's now 36, and if he loses, his back is against the wall. It's done. His career is over.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna turn into the next Pacquiao. My fault. Yeah, the next Pacquiao. But
Pacquiao's a champion.
yeah, okay. I got Triple G again. He got everything to lose on this one. If Canelo loses, okay, Canelo's still young enough to reinvent himself, and he still had the Golden Boy Productions to save him. You know what I'm saying? To promote some more better fights. Triple G ain't got nothing. Triple G loses. He ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going his back against the wall. He gonna give him them rights again. I'm going for Triple G.
All right, well, y'all heard it here first on the 3-Man Weave podcast. AJ and Cannon got Canelo. Hill got Triple G. Before we switch to our next transition, I'm going to let y'all know what the secret's going to be for Canelo. Got this from my boy Teddy Atlas, so I always want to give my sources credit, man. That uppercut, that right-handed uppercut, Canelo found out late that he could hurt Triple G with that in the last fight. So all he got to do this time, because every time he hit him with it, he was stunned, but Canelo just didn't follow up. So all he got to do, double up the uppercut, bro. Double up the uppercut, step to the right, and hit him with whatever you want after that. If he double ups the uppercut, I guarantee a victory for my boy. And we're going to move on. So I'm going to set it off with the next transition into change the narrative. So at the end of last football season, we had a lot of switching. I'm going to call it quarterback faces in new places. So the narrative was that, oh, there's going to be a winner. Oh, Kirk Cousins clearly won the quarterback carousel. He got the 80 mil. He got the team. Redskins lose. They got Alex Smith. Case Keenum went to Denver. Denver loses out. You know, Vikings win. They win the quarterback carousel. So what I want to say for my transition into change the narrative is that I feel like all three teams win. Why does one person or one team always have to be the victor when we're not even talking about a game where there is a clear winner and loser? So let's see. Alex Smith goes to Redskins. He gives them exactly what they've been looking for. Consistency at the position. Not looking for somebody to just come in and just throw the ball 300 yards. Of course, every fan would like to see that, but we just want to score points, touchdowns. Me as a Redskin fan. Then I'm watching the Vikings. Kirk Cousins look good. He moving the ball around. He doing exactly what he did in Washington. But now he got people who can do things after they catch the ball.
He got weapons.
He got, a solid offensive line. And more importantly, he got a stud defense. Let's go to Denver. You know, that's clearly an upgrade. I don't care what you say. Trevor Siemian, Osweiler,
Me, AJ, whoever they put back there was awful. Go ahead.
They get Case Keenum. He comes in and he did the exact same thing that he did last year in Minnesota. Hitting the intermediate targets. Hit the deep pass if it's there, if they give it to him. You know, and if you don't have nothing, check it down, throw it away, protect yourself. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this year, I think all three teams do well. When I say do well, that doesn't necessarily mean make the playoffs. It means just be competitive, be in games, give your team a chance to win. That's my take on quarterback faces in new places. What you got?
I got 2 out of the 3.
Okay, give it to me.
I can't. Y'all played the Cardinals. I'm sorry. The Redskins played the Cardinals week 1. And, you know what I'm saying, it looked lopsided, it looked good, everything looked good. But y'all always start off good. I don't care who y'all had the coach. Y'all been starting off good for the past couple of years. Like,
If you got Eagles opening day, Shady McCoy, 250 yards, I was there.
alright, my fault.
Some fans just don't never let that hurt go.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let their pain go sometimes. I understand.
I
But
feel you.
my thing is, when y'all start playing real teams,
Mm-hmm.
what is Alex Smith gonna really do? Like I said, like what are they really gonna do? Is Adrian Peterson really gonna hold up? Is Jay Gruden really gonna stick to the run?
Nope.
Is the defense really gonna continue playing good? Because the Arizona offense is horrible. So it's like, and then you got another offense that's really not gonna do nothing. Like, are we really sure that we really gonna get what you need out of Alex Smith, or is he still gonna be 8-7, 8-8, 9-7?
Judging quarterbacks. Look like he can do his job. That's all I want. Case Keenum look like he can do his job. I'm sure that's all Bronco fans want. Kirk Cousins, I know for a fact he can do his job because he did it for my team.
So let me tell you this. This is why I believe when people say there was one winner, this is why I believe the Minnesota Vikings were the winner. The Minnesota Vikings felt like they were one piece away, and that was a quarterback that who can really just elevate them one more notch. He doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady, but he just has to be able to do a little bit more. They were one step away. That's why a lot of people feel like the Vikings won, and that's why I believe the Vikings are really the winner out of this trio, is because they have everything. They have a running game. They have one of the top defenses in the league, and they have better weapons like Stephon Diggs, Thielen,
Absolutely.
Kyle Rudolph, Dalvin Cook, Murray. Like they there. So yes, all three of these quarterbacks may kind of be in that same tier. I just believe Kirk Cousins is a little bit more than what Case Keenum is. So by just getting someone who's just a little bit more,
I agree with you.
I feel like that elevates them a little bit more, which gives them that opportunity to really be that winner, to be a Super Bowl champion.
But back to Cannon's point though, he's saying when everybody was winning though, Case Keenum is giving Denver exactly what they need. They don't. All they need is something on offense. They got the defense. They don't have any holes other than a probably possible run defense in Denver. They don't have any holes. They had the receiving core like they had. They have a 3-headed monster. Not necessarily a monster, but they have a good.
I was gonna say, hold on, what's a monster?
I crown them a little too.
All right, what's a monster?
But they do have they have a running game that they can lean on.
All right.
They have the weapons that he needs. All Denver needs is something on offense. Just give us something.
Consistency.
Just give us something
To do their job.
When they won the Super Bowl, Peyton was giving them nothing,
Nothing. Won a chip.
and then Osweiler came in and gave them a little bit above nothing.
But see, that's the thing though. I feel like
You see what I'm saying?
that team is a little bit different than what they were that time they won the Super Bowl.
They are different. They
Yeah.
are different, but their window is it ain't
It's
closed.
cracked. It's cracked. Yes, I understand.
Yeah,
the window is cracked.
I mean, it's a little thing, you know what I'm saying, but it ain't closed yet. So I can understand them feeling confident, and all you need is confidence. That's really all you need.
All right. Well, I mean, as you all know, it's never been stated because it's our first episode. Confidence, I don't have it in John Elway getting the quarterback. I mean, yeah. So Case Keenum, he did do a little something, but I don't know. Like, I still need to see more to understand if it was just the parts around him in Minnesota, or if he can actually do this. Because, like I said, yeah, those parts that are in Denver, they're not bad, but they're not Minnesota parts.
Are we hard on John Elway for drafting a quarterback or getting a quarterback? Because he went and got Peyton.
I mean,
And he went and got Case.
So-
he can't draft no. He can't draft a quarterback to
It's
save his
hard to
life.
draft
But he can
quarterbacks.
go
Absolutely.
get a
To save
quarterback.
life.
I just don't know if
Feel what I'm saying?
if I can really believe in his track record. Because he did go get Peyton,
He went and got Case.
but I'm not, because when
I
he
mean, it's only week one.
right, it's only week one, and I'm like, look, like you said, it's the Cardinals defense, bro. Seattle? What are they now?
Yeah, Legion of who? Because I don't know what a boom.
The
Legion of Fools?
Yeah.
The Legion of whom?
You know, so
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. So it's just like we not about to crown the Redskins just yet because they played the Cardinals.
And
I need us to pump the brakes on Denver just because I'm not sold on Seattle right
Listen,
now.
I'm not talking when I say quarterback faces in new places. I'm not even talking about the whole team. I'm just talking about what the franchise got when they went. The Redskins traded for Alex Smith. The Vikings paid Kirk Cousins the most money at that point that any quarterback has ever been paid. You know, and John Elway went and got Case Keenum, specifically thinking that he's the guy for our team. Vikings thinking that Kirk Cousins is the guy for our team. I'm gonna tell you right now, even if the Redskins lose a lot of games this season, we look competitive, and I don't care if it was the Cardinals. There were times when we just did not look competitive, bro. Because we had Alex, we was able to finally actually run the ball.
You know what give me confidence? Would give me confidence for y'all if y'all would have drafted a quarterback, and y'all would have had a quarterback in the
And
wing,
waiting.
just waiting. Alex Smith, some of these
We had
quarterbacks
so
need
many
that.
holes, man.
Some of these quarterbacks need that little fire. You know what I'm saying? Case Keenum needed that fire. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Certain people need a little fire. Now you feeling comfortable. Ain't nobody in your back. Colt McCoy ain't, you know what I'm saying, about to take over. So
Absolutely not.
that would give
And
me
I like
more confidence.
I
in
like
y'all.
Colt
But see,
personally.
and that's a good point. Just because Alex Smith, he's not your quarterback. He's your bridge until you find your quarterback, and it's been proven. And so like
Bridges can win.
But yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, to me,
Brandon Johnson,
Like-
Trent Dilfer.
I understand. I understand.
one thing that I hope for y'all is that y'all don't continue to do this like the Giants and keep betting on your quarterback, and next thing you know, you got someone who's performing like Eli.
I hope not.
And you building a great team, but you still got Eli, and you're like,
I hope not.
Understand.
I hope.
I mean,
I
of
mean-
course, as
I
you
mean,
guys
it's
be in the
just-
NFC East, yes,
So, but
you wish
that,
that,
that's just bad. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Look, Cowboys is my rivalry. I don't hope that stuff on them. You feel me? I actually want them to.
I want my rivals.
But
to.
this is my take. I want the Cowboys to feel the best possible team as possible. So when we win, Hill ain't got no excuses. You feel me? And I want the Skins to be the same way. So if the Cowboys win, I ain't gonna have no excuses. And here you can ask Hill, when the Cowboys beat the Redskins, which they do a lot, I say y'all were the better team. I'm not like the average Redskins fan who lie and will say, well, we got cheated or make excuses. Like, it is what it is.
But we not the average
True.
fan, so it's like
because we 3-man weed. We're a little bit better than the average, you know. No shots at the average.
it's plenty shots in there.
I'm average as hell.
it's plenty
I'm
shots.
average as hell.
Yeah, when you hate it, I mean, I hate it. I'm just saying, I can have an actual conversation with Cannon and not hate the Redskins about it, but anybody else is really.
And they make me mad.
Cowboy fans make me mad. I hate them.
I
I hate
front.
them, man.
I didn't really hate NFC East teams until I moved here.
And I understand why.
Because
Well,
like every single
now you
team,
gonna hate NFC South, so.
every single NFC, yeah, nah. But every single NFC East team's fans, they will make you hate them.
Yeah, I agree.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
Just because the way that you would think that every single one of them is like the cream of the crop, the greatest thing ever. And it's just like, hold on now. Like,
That's the way of the world. You know, the world is just an East Coast bias, period, though.
Yeah,
that's a
like,
fact.
You already know.
It's just,
That's
New York,
a fact,
Philly, DC, Florida, Atlanta. But anyway, look, that's enough of quarterback faces in new places, you know. AJ, how you gonna transition us to changing the narrative?
so
dum, dum, dum.
something that we actually talked on the way over here is what is up with these coaches and these second-year quarterbacks. A lot of times you see a lot of these rookies come out of yeah, we get to it. So you see a lot of these rookies come out of college,
Mm-hmm.
they get that starting job, they excel, and then I've heard of sophomore slumps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that sophomore wall, you hit that wall. But man, it's like a lot of these coaches, they ruin a lot of these second-year quarterbacks. It's like it's a plateau. They look like they're just amazing, and next thing you know, it's just a terrible drop-off.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? And what I believe is the coaches, they completely scrap everything that they've done
Mm-hmm.
that first season and try and throw their entire playbook at the quarterback so it can look like I'm the offensive genius. I'm the quarterback guru. It's all about me. Instead of, hey, listen, from your first season, I know what you did great. Let's continue to do that, but put a little bit more wrinkles in our playbook. Surprise them.
You coming at somebody?
No. I'm not coming at someone in particular.
I'm just saying
but
this
like,
is a 3-man weave. If you come at somebody, just
absolutely not. I mean,
I'm ready to come in.
Yeah. See, this was a live because I knew this was going to be a topic that he was going to be able to really to get into. But like, so like honestly, it's not necessarily just, let's throw it out there. It's not about Dak.
Okay.
It's not solely about Dak, but it's a part of the reason though. Because if you
Give
look
us an
at it,
example of somebody you got though.
because like for me, I won't even do it anybody that's a starter right now that's struggling. I'll go back to RG3.
Okay. And I agree with you.
RG3 looked like he was about to be a dog. Like no, ain't no Andrew Luck. RG3 was about to be the next hot thing in the NFL. Comes that second year,
they threw the book at him.
it's like
Off of
you understand. It's like you don't go from English composition 1 to some type of graduate school
4 or 5
literature course. It's a process. So yes, you take everything that he did well that first year, and you add some things. You alter it. You have even a year's worth of film where you can kind of like, okay, you did this great. I put you in this position. You were amazing at it. Now let's tailor more things to you. Let's throw some more wrinkles. Let's add a little bit more to your plate just to see what you can handle. You don't say, here's the entire offense. You went from making half field reads your rookie year. I'm going to give you the entire playbook. I need you to go through all your progressions, read defenses, make checks at the line, get people in the right spots, audible at the line of scrimmage. No, continue to, spoon feed them. Like, it doesn't come overnight. Like,
babies don't become 10.
Exactly.
They don't go from 1 to 10. They go
you
from 1 to 10.
before you walk. And a wise philosopher once said, named Smokey. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You just can't just, skip steps in life. And it's the same way. Like, would Aaron Rodgers be the same Aaron Rodgers if he got, got in the fire as soon as they drafted him?
He needed Brett.
I don't know.
He needed Brett.
Would Tom Brady be Tom Brady if he actually didn't, spend a little bit of time behind Drew Bledsoe? You know what I'm saying? Like, Carson Palmer. Like, as much as we talk about Carson Palmer now, just because, what he does with, the Cardinals, he set a year behind John Kitna, and John Kitna is no world beater, but it's like, look.
Palmer was a legit.
But you got to think, in Palmer's prime, he was top 5.
Top 5.
He was the number 3 quarterback behind Brady and Peyton.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, look, they spoon-fed him, bring him along. Like, we always say the hardest position in sports is playing the quarterback position.
And he was a traditional
read-the-field
quarterback.
And that's what I'm saying. So
still
it's like,
spoon-fed him.
if RG3 comes from a spread offense, you don't give
half field.
He doesn't even know the jargon of an NFL playbook.
They don't run a route tree.
You don't do this in a year. It takes time. So that's my thing.
So what do you suggest though?
What I suggest is coaches stop being full of themselves, trying to call themselves a quarterback guru, and just look,
blame the media.
Understand that
media sets you up every time.
Every single time. Like, Bill O'Brien is a quarterback guru. Come on, bro.
Bill O'Brien is trash.
Come on now.
But let me just say, I'm not gonna cut you off on your point, but let me just say this about RG3. RG3 begged the coaches for them to open up the playbook for him. He begged them. They wanted to kind of keep him on the plan.
Hold on, but wait.
He begged them, bro. And they gave it to him.
As a coach, aren't you supposed to be the one that keeps your players in line?
Yes.
You're like, just like with injuries and other stuff, like, you're supposed to be the one that says, you know what? For the greater good of our team and the greater good of you, I'm gonna keep you out of your own way. But it seems like coaches can't stay out their own way because they're too into themselves and too full of themselves. Like,
I agree.
Like Bill O'Brien, bro, how are you a quarterback guru? And you had Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's his own.
Like since Tom Brady was Tom Brady, you had Tom Brady.
And since then, who have you had?
Exactly.
Tom Savage.
You feel what I'm saying? Brock
Neither not with him. If you're a guru, you can make Savage a monster.
Exactly.
Y'all paid Brock Osweiler all that money. He should at least been mediocre.
I can complete more passes.
Him and Sam Bradford have completely stagecoached, robbed the NFL.
Sam Bradford has been stealing money since his rookie year. Like
the old CBA, by the way.
Where it was no rookie wage scale, no slotting.
His first year.
Oh my God! But to go back on your point about this sophomore slump or
Yeah, the sophomore
Second
wall.
year,
You know,
yeah.
the second year quarterbacks who really fall off.
It's basically, like you said, it's all based off your coordinator, man. Your coordinator, like you said, stop being so full of yourself. Like you said, prime example. They say Dak Prescott had a sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? That's my team. I'm a Cowboys
I
fan.
don't agree with that.
But you can see that it was like his interceptions.
Oh, he definitely fell off.
Yeah, his interceptions when he tripled his interceptions.
Interceptions is, listen, y'all know I do stats. Some of y'all don't, but anybody who knows Cannon know I do stats. Interceptions are not always the quarterback's fault. They're just a stat, bro. You can't look too much into it. You can't look too much off of it.
See,
It's
I disagree.
You gotta watch the game sometimes.
Gotta watch the game.
Gotta
watch the
a lot of
game.
his interceptions was a lot of tip passes, drop passes. Next thing you know,
That's not a QB's fault, man.
Yeah.
That's
But,
bad
see,
wide receiver.
but not necessarily because you know, sometimes like there's certain tip passes that you can account for, but then there's some that you can't because if you're throwing into coverage and it gets tipped,
But
that's your fault.
Interception's gonna happen. I'm just talking about from the eye test. I watched Dak last year. I watched all the Cowboy games and all the Redskins.
it was a roller coaster ride.
He did not look like he was the problem on the team, bro. It looked like if you talk about Kirk Cousins,
You know what?
having all those pieces. If Dak had the pieces, I don't believe there would have been a sophomore slump.
Go ahead,
The
listen.
cover wasn't bad for him. Go ahead.
I'm not saying Dak is the reason. The reason why I'm saying that Dak fell off is the offensive coordinator.
Exactly. You keep
Man,
running the same plays
he's
that you've been
trash.
calling since
And so-
2012, and you ain't
Scott-
switched nothing up.
It's all right,
You know what I'm saying? Nah,
bro.
it ain't alright.
It's okay,
It
bro.
ain't
Come
alright.
on, come on, Bloodbath.
It ain't
Come on,
alright.
Bloodbath.
No, it
But
ain't
listen,
alright.
listen.
I keep watching. You know what I'm saying? I keep watching this every week. We keep calling the same plays. Ain't no creativity. How you
See what y'all done did? Y'all done got him started. It's all right. But look,
how you offensive coordinator and you can't be creative? That's what you want to do. You want to be creating, putting mad wrinkles into play. You want to.
Scott Linehan, let me say one thing to you. Why is it that a person who's not an offensive coordinator for a living can sit at home and call out your plays
Every week.
before they happen,
Every
and we don't watch film? All we do is watch live games.
Free. It's free.
That's
I do this
it.
for free.
hey,
You get paid, bro. You gotta switch it up.
They
Please.
get paid. There's people paid to know your tendencies. I know all your tendencies. Free. This is free. If people get paid to do this, you ain't switched up nothing since 2012.
But
Nothing. Same plays.
hey, but let me.
But it's Dak fault. Sophomore slump.
Hold on, wait,
We looking at.
Come on.
No, we looking at.
Hey, hold on.
He's changing the narrative,
Nah,
bro.
bro, hold on. But look, let me tell you, this is the reason why. Like, I figured it out. The reason why that all these sophomore quarterbacks have fallen off, because think about it. What's the easiest way to becoming a head coach?
Offensive coordinator.
Being considered an offensive guru, a quarterback guru. Look at Dirk Cutter in Tampa.
Trash.
Overrated.
Got Lovey up out of there because they was like, oh, he's great with Jameis.
Love you up out of there.
And they were improving.
Like,
They made market improvements with Lovey and Dirk Cutter as the offensive coordinator. But the quickest way to a head coaching position is being considered, oh, good with quarterbacks, a quarterback guru, an offensive genius. Not everybody is that. Not everybody's Sean McVay. I'm sold on Sean McVay. I'm sold on Sean McVay.
Sold.
But Dirk Cutter, it's a difference between running an offense and running a team. He's not able to run a team. A lot of these guys aren't able to run teams, and that's why they're lifetime offensive coordinators or quarterback coaches and things along those lines. And I think what they're trying to do is just like, hey, if I can continue to show that, hey, I can make any quarterback good, or I can bring a quarterback in here and he excels under me, I could be a head coach. I can get that paycheck. And next thing you know, they get fired trying to be something they're not. Some people, hey, you got to play your role.
People don't
Gotta
want to play
play
your
your
role.
role.
Everybody want to be the man just cause.
And that's the issue.
So when you talk about Sean McVay, this is a little bit off topic. He had a benefit that a lot of people don't have, or his pops is a guru. You feel me? So it's like to be able to dive into NFL playbooks as a child or as a teenager, pick those apart. It's kind of like Steph Curry. You know, Steph Curry is playing with Mark Jackson when he's 8.
A lot of these
Shooting
coaches.
I'm about to say, I disagree with you
Yeah.
that because like they call like it's a fraternity. Why do you think it's only a few black coaches? Because a lot of these coaches have come up, you know, from their family or they knew someone, so they brought them in
But
as
a
an
lot of
intern.
them are trash.
A lot of them are trash, but that's why they still there.
But his dad was a guru.
Okay.
He's a guru. I just feel like, you know, he he actually listened. A
That's
lot
why
of people follow.
That's why Lane Kiffin is still around. Like,
but look at Kyle Shanahan. His dad was a guru. He's a guru. I give Cal can do all.
He actually benefited of being a Shanahan.
Exactly.
But
if you look,
he's legit though.
but that's
and it's totally different than his dad.
now. But look, if you think about it, yeah, like Shanahan, I'm not necessarily 100% sold on Shanahan as a guru.
Me neither.
I know
I like
his running backs. They have always excelled under Shanahan, so he had something that worked. And so when you have something that works, I feel like he was able to pass that along to Kyle, and Kyle was able to, he was able to freak it a little bit.
Kyle's better with quarterbacks and wide receivers.
But that's what I'm saying. He took what Mike Shanahan's strengths were and where he excelled, and that zone run scheme, and he added some plays for quarterbacks, and he's not considered quarterback friendly.
He brought the RPO back to the league.
But that's what I'm saying. And so to me, it's just like RPOs has been around forever. It's something that's so simple, but offensive coordinators, they stay in their own way. That's the problem. Like, I guarantee you, Frank Wright at Indianapolis ain't gonna do nothing like he did in Philly.
Why wouldn't he?
That's what I was about to say.
Because now he's gonna try and do everything different. He's gonna try and he's gonna expand everything.
Because he has a quarterback who he thinks can handle it. Is that why?
Because I'm not sold on Andrew Luck, but a lot of people are.
A lot of people are.
And so I feel like he feel like he has a top 5
mentally.
quarterback.
I'm talking about mentally, not talking about injuries.
I feel he's a good quarterback. You can
he's a good quarterback.
If I was a coach, and I was like, yeah, I got Andrew Luck, I can figure some things out. He about to do everything he did in Philly. I don't know
everything. That's why I'm.
What did Doug Peterson do? Everything that he learned from Andy Reid. I'm confused. He might have, add some wrinkles to it. I don't know. You see what not to do, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are taking the template because it's a copycat league.
Look, I'm gonna tell you,
it's a copycat league, bro.
It's a copycat league.
How many teams running pick routes?
Oh,
let's start
every team. Every team
except Cowboys. I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna give them the satisfaction.
But teams running pick routes. How many teams window dressing their offense? How many teams running RPOs now? How many teams is
Kyle brought that back, by the way.
You feel what I'm saying? How many?
But see, this is my thing.
How many coaches now? I bet you coaches start calling teams calling plays in the huddle like they doing in Rams.
But look, let me tell you this though. The key to actual success in the NFL is not being the copycat. It's being the first. So that's my thing. Everyone's trying to copy. Okay, now the Eagles won with RPO, so now everybody's gonna start running RPOs. But it's who's ahead of the curve. Not like Nagy he went from Kansas City, and now he's gonna try and take that office. But they kind of know you, and you don't have Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill. You got different pieces.
Kareem Hunt don't have Kareem Hunt. They got the film on him. He struggled last week.
This last week,
but like I said, it's the template, yo. It's nothing we've seen has changed. You say RPOs ain't nothing different in the league. Nothing we've seen is different.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, all of a sudden, Legion of Boom defense was the best thing we ever seen.
It never was. I never.
But I'm just okay. But it was so new. The defense was so new. It was so simple. They were just letting players play. All of a sudden, what happened? They took it to Jacksonville. Look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville get.
But see, also, but see, the thing is,
look at Atlanta.
But look,
took it to Atlanta. They went to the championship.
But my thing is though, it's not just the actual defense. You got to have the players too, because you think that Seattle still ain't running that.
They running. It's all about the players.
It's all about the players.
It's all about the players. But I'm saying,
and that's what I'm saying. Yes, Legion of Boom. You had the template, but not everybody gonna have Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Michael Bennett up front. Bobby Wagner. Like, not everybody's gonna have that. And now you see they lose.
I understand. It's the template. Hey, everybody rapping like the Migos.
You see what?
Everybody rapping like the Migos.
You see what happened to
Brandon
Brown
when
he left, right?
0.
Who?
So
Brandon Brown. When he left Seattle.
Look, man. Yeah, I never liked him. I never liked Brown.
He was
Browner?
He was.
He was the first part of the Legion of Boom. He was one of the corners. He was big, over 6 foot. They thought he was a prototype. He left there. Then he went to Philly.
Nah, he didn't go to Philly. He went up.
Nah, Browner definitely went to Philly.
Yeah.
Maxwell went to Philly. Maxwell was the one that went to Philly. Browner went to I don't know where Browner went.
He was trash.
He ended up in New England.
That's why we forgot. He was trash where he went.
He ended up in New England and had a holding call every week.
But to AJ's point, where he was trying to transition the narrative, I agree. coaches, sometimes you got to come off your high seat. Like, you can't just always be the guru. And even if I am a guru, doesn't mean I can make somebody else a guru. So, and definitely you can't make nobody a guru in 2 years. So, be respectful of the people that you coach. Give them a little bit more each year. That's how the greats become the great. Let's look at LeBron. I know it's a different sport, but think about LeBron. When he first came into the league, all he could do was pass, fast break. The next year, what he add? A little bit different. Add being able to take people off the dribble. Then they say they don't have a post game. Add that. You know, at 15 years, Bron is still adding pieces to his game.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's a great player. So it's like, coaches, don't think that you can take a great quarterback, even if you have one and he's great young, but don't think that he can be a guru in 2 years. Nobody can be a guru in 2 years. To
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours is about what I was about to say. To become an expert at anything, you have to put 10,000 hours into it, which is why I consider myself an expert, because I've put 10,000 hours into this. Stats, sports, I've lived and sleeped it. You feel me? But like I was saying, coaches, have respect for the college player coming out of college. If he has great success as a rookie, doesn't mean he's MVP status. It's a difference between Rookie of the Year and League MVP. And that's all I got to say. Great job, AJ, with transitioning and change the narrative. Great job, Hill.
So before we go, I just need everyone's fantasy thought of the week. Who's supposed to actually perform that you think is going to really just... that you shouldn't start. I don't want to curse today.
Shouldn't start? Should start?
That you should not start. That one person that's, that you think is going to be in everyone's lineup.
Oh, yeah.
That is not going to start. That is not
I can give you that right off the bat. I'm going T.Y. Hilton, man. He's considered the top wideout in a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you one thing, man. Quentin Dunbar and my boy, Swearinger and Redskins have considered it a no-fly zone for T.Y. Hilton. If you start him this week and he don't swag out, don't be mad at me.
Well, I'm starting this week in multiple leagues.
Good. Bet it up.
Yeah, we'll be here next week to talk about that one.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. I don't agree with that one.
Who's your thought of the week, Hill?
Amari Cooper.
Yep, I seen that.
Amari Cooper. Like I said, you was a thought last week against the Rams.
You gonna be a thought this week.
You be a thought. It's a multiple week thought. I'm good. I'm good on Amari Cooper. And I got him. I traded for him. I feel bad, but that's my thought of the week. If that's what we gonna call him. Yeah, I went and got him.
My thought of the week, Andrew Luck.
I'll take that. Because that means that T.Y. ain't gonna swag neither. So I'll take that.
We on the same page.
It
It doesn't necessarily mean that, because 100 yards, 300 is a lot different. But I just don't think that.
Yeah, true.
I feel like Andrew Luck, even though he had a decent week against the Bengals.
T.Y. get 100 yards, then on me.
He had a decent week against the Bengals.
Then on me for the 3-man week.
He's gonna have the same week against the Redskins.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of garbage time because they're garbage. You feel what I'm saying? So these yards gonna look inflated.
I'm talking about the difference between mediocre and garbage.
I'm
talking correct.
I say what did I say?
I'm talking fantasy.
Redskins are garbage.
I'm talking
Whoa,
fantasy.
I'm talking about the Colts. My bad. I messed up.
I said the Colts.
My bad.
I said it's gonna be a lot of garbage.
This NFC East.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of garbage.
Players mess up.
I said it's gonna be a lot of garbage points, garbage
yardage
that he's gonna get because they're trash.
Okay.
I got y'all winning this week. No problem.
But I just think that,
messed up.
I think that he was able to get bailed out by a lot of plays by the tight ends, and that's our biggest weakness, covering tight ends. And I think that
Who was out? When you say out?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
And that's where he really ate us up at, with a lot of plays over. Even that the game-winning play against the Bengals, Jack Doyle converted like a 3rd and 15, right up the middle. But we were able to get that fumble. And I just think that he's not going to be able to rely on that safety blanket again this week. So I think he's really underperformed this week.
All right. I mean, I just want to, say we want to always try to keep it real on here. You know what I'm saying? Be genuine, be real, and I consider myself a real, genuine person. So I'd like to apologize to Cannon for something that he told me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we text often. So he told me.
Apology?
Yeah, it's the first apology. It ain't
I'm
gonna be
never
many.
going to apologize.
He said so. He said I'm loosely quoting him. He said, I don't understand why my players don't play more in the preseason. And I gave him that generic answer because I've been following the narrative like, oh, you can't keep playing all your players in the preseason. They're going to get hurt and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? The preseason is really not important and such and such and all that. I'm like, yeah, I can't go with that. And then I looked at the Cowboys the week 1. I'm a Cowboys fan.
I see where this is going.
And everything about them said, y'all didn't play in the preseason. I mean, Sean Lee couldn't tackle me out there. You know what I'm saying? Sean Lee's a beast when healthy. And he couldn't tackle me out there. And it looked like, because he didn't practice, they wanted to keep him healthy, wanted to put him in bubble wrap and all that. And he didn't play in the preseason. Then Dak was just off. He just couldn't, he got sacked 6 times. Because Tyron Smith couldn't block anybody in the first half. La'el Collins couldn't block anybody in the whole game.
And these are good players.
Zeke was a little off. Not necessarily. It always takes some time because he's never going to play in preseason. I understand that.
Yeah,
but
he don't need to play.
But like I said, Dak was a little off with his throws. The team just seemed, and it's because they didn't play in the preseason. And I sat there, literally sat there by myself and said, we look trash because we didn't play in the preseason. So like I said, I want to formally apologize to you, to your preseason point.
I appreciate that right there.
So before we go, I mentioned this in the group chat. I just want to let you know, Cannon, Florida State losing 20-0 at the end of the third to Syracuse.
Anybody who knows Cannon knows that I'm a Florida State fan. And I'm going to let you know, man. And I also support black coaches, man. We took a risk. We hired Willie Taggart.
He ain't helping the narrative.
And I'm going to say right now, Willie, you might be fired before the end of the season.
Nah, he's not going to be gone before the end of the season. If y'all don't know, I'm a diehard Florida State fan too. But
it made me want to be a Florida State fan. I'm done with this.
Like, this is how you know I'm done, because I predicted we was going to lose this game. We ain't scored a point.
And I'm blaming Florida State's loss to Syracuse on AJ publicly because
he did it.
How you say that, man? He spoke that up, and I was disgusted. This was offline before we got on with y'all, And he sent that to me, and I didn't even respond to it because it almost ruined my Saturday. But I'm on the positive vibes, as y'all should be too.
So if you can't beat Sanford, anybody know where Sanford at?
But we did. We beat them.
We
beat them.
If you barely beat Sanford, how you gonna beat Syracuse, the team with the 3rd leading rusher as in college football as their quarterback? Not gonna happen. So I knew it was up, and I said we might get beat bad too.
You did say
I said we might get beat bad.
Points?
It's 20-0 going into the 4th. I said we might get beat bad, and look, it's happening. But you know what? I'm done. Play the drop. Let's end it. I'm trying to go home. I can't do this no more.
So on that note, man, we here at the 3-Man Weave podcast, we want to personally thank anybody and everybody that has supported us, from friends, families, people who don't know us. Look, we're going to continue to bring y'all the changing of the narrative. That's what we transitioning to. So if you're looking for that, you're not looking for the same old, tune into us, man. Hill's going to tell you where you can find all of our stuff.
3-Man Weave _ Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube.
We're going to be on iTunes and the podcast store. And please rate us 5 stars. If you don't rate us 5 stars,
please.
Like, you're just a hater.
And listen,
pretty much.
If you want to contact us, you want us to talk about something on the podcast, you can email us directly at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail. And we're going to holler at y'all on the next episode. Until then, take care, peace, and one love.
Only in America.